Okay, so this is the design that I showed you last time that I wanted to cut out. So I have a black letter with a drop shadow. And so I want to have one color here and another color here. The nice thing about this is you can change those colors. I just know that they're going to be different. So today I could think that this is going to be black and white. Tomorrow I could say this is blue and red. But either way, you put that graphite on the back and then you put it on top and you traced one color and just traced all of that, right? So the first color, the bigger section is right here, okay, where my Tiger Proud is. And then my second color is on this one, which is just those little tiny like skinny pieces that are left on that one. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with my X-Acto knife, I have a cutting board down, so I'm not gonna cut the table. Let me see if I can zoom in where you can see a little bit better. That's probably closer. And so the hard thing is all these curves. And what you have to do to get around that is you have to rotate your paper. Okay, the easiest way for you to cut is to cut and pull down towards you. And so that's what I try to do. I'm right-handed. I'm going to hold it like a pencil. Okay, I'm not going to try and hold it like straight up and down and hold it like this and drag. There's not a lot of surface area right on that point. There's more if you can have it go this direction. And so I'm going to hold this and slowly just kind of curve, and then when I feel like I'm not pulling down or towards myself, I'm going to rotate my paper, and then I'm going to continue and do the same thing. So rotate, and I'm doing like small sections at a time. I'm not trying to do like this entire thing all at once. Okay, so continue to turn and move that paper, and you'll get everything cut out. Sometimes I skip an area and continue to cut so that I don't have to. I'm keeping my hands up at the top and the blade down below. Okay, which seems like a common thing people would do, but I've watched some people cut themselves because they didn't. Okay, so all this piece is going to come out. I have a little section right here that's still stuck in there, but it's easier to pull down. So that's what I would try. And then just keep your hand out of the way. So this piece is now cut out. And so when I iron this back on the shirt, this will shield the shirt and let me just put ink inside of this. Okay, so that will allow me to pick whatever color I want here. So you can see that contrast with the board, the blue and the white. I don't have to keep this, okay? This piece is not useful to me. I'm going to go ahead and cut out this next part. My I and my G are connected. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut the inside of my G out first because it's easier to cut this part now because it's connected to everything. Like it's bigger. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that piece. Now the G or the inside of the G I need to keep. I can't throw that like floating piece away, and I'll show you why. We'll look at it. Okay, but this piece I need to keep, and you can put it in that plastic bag of yours because these are pretty little, they can get lost. I'm probably out of the frame. But if you can cut those out first, then you won't have to cut them out when you have a little tiny piece. So that's kind of convenient. And then I like to, if I have lots of things, like this is all connected, I'm going to cut all my uprights, like all those places that are, you know, the same kind of direction, so I don't have to keep moving my paper. Okay, hang tight, I'm almost there. I just want to show you this last thing. The little tiny curves are probably the hardest. You just have to take it a little bit at a time. And that one just fell off. Okay, so this, oh, I thought it was. Okay, so this is cut out. So you can see if I were to print this right now, that's what it would look like. Okay, it would have a G that was all blue. And so what I need is this tiny little piece, even though this seems like trash, and it's hard to even tell which side is shiny and which side isn't, but that's gonna have to get ironed onto your shirt. So if I were to screen blue over this, I would have blue on all this section, but then I would still have my shirt color underneath, and I would still have that hole left in that G. Okay, because if you throw all those away, you're left cutting them back out later. Okay, and if you cut these out first, think about if I had to hold this little piece, right? And I have to cut out that tiny little piece. This is going to be a lot more tedious to cut out than it would be to cut it out when it was stuck to the whole big piece of paper. So I would cut those floaters out first so you can save them, and then cut out all these other places. If they look similar, I mean, you might have to do something to, you know, differentiate what they are. I don't know if you would need to like draw a little E and a little O on all of these and maybe put a D on this one so you know where they go, because in the end, like these two pieces for me are going to look real similar. It does help you if you make some type of mark on them, like figure out which side is shiny and which side isn't. So this one goes to my G. If I were to write a tiny little G on there, then I would know that when I iron them down, this side faces up, and then it goes in my G right over here. Okay, questions? Does it make sense? You got anything that doesn't seem like you're... Okay, make sure you ask. And I will post this just in case.